Hi, this is Lisa Kelly, Notre Dame author and class of 1993, and you are watching the Two Irish Brothers show. Cheers and go Irish.
Here's Zibikowski trying to get to the outside. He has blockers in front. Tom Zibikowski, Malone to beat, shakes him off to the 5 and a touchdown.
What's up, everyone? I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And together we are the Two Irish Brothers. Now, make sure you guys do the usual stuff. Hit that subscribe tab in the bottom right-hand corner. Like or dislike the video for the algorithm purposes. And make sure you guys check out everything down below in the comment or in the description box to find us on all social media platforms. Now, as you guys can see in the title, Ben and I have a huge announcement to make. And I even alluded to this a little bit in a recent short video that I did. So with that said, let's get right into the changes, if you will, that are coming. Now, I want to make one thing very clear first. We still are keeping this channel.
We're not going anywhere.
No, we're not going anywhere. But to keep a long story short, we got in contact with some people that were trying to find us, as a matter of fact. And this upcoming football season, Ben and I will be doing some work over at the Voice of College Football, Mark Rogers page, under the Notre Dame section, and we will be doing live post-game shows after every single Notre Dame football game this upcoming season.
Yeah.
So make sure we'll have those listed in the description box below. The link for Mark Rogers, the Voice of College Football, the overall channel, and we will also have the link for the Notre Dame section of the Voice of College Football. So make sure you guys go check out both. Give a like, give a subscribe over there, and this is absolutely huge for us, Ben.
Yes, it is absolutely an honor to have someone of his caliber basically even consider us for that kind of a role. So that is pretty awesome. And the other thing is to make sure that you also check out some of the other sides of his YouTube channel as well, like the USC side and the Miami side, to kind of follow the rival or enemy, if you will. Because we will be most likely doing some stuff from time to time with those guys as well. So there's that. But yeah, no, it's exciting. And we will continue to do our previews and recaps as scheduled. It will not mess up that part of our schedule. So, so really, you'll get 3 videos of Notre Dame content from us during the week at minimum, starting in August. So
yes,
that is pretty darn exciting news. And I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time, a big opportunity for the both of us to get our door into something bigger than what we've been doing over here. But don't get me wrong, we still like what we're doing over here. We've been on here for 3 years, and we're not going to give that up. But definitely 3 people we want to give our thanks to. The first being Mark Rogers himself. We sat down and talked with him via video chat on Thursday. Great dude. And again, it's his page. Thank you for this opportunity.
His brainchild.
Yes, exactly. His brainchild. We also want to give a special thank you to Joey Foster for giving Mark the idea to take a look at us. And I had a good conversation with Joey over the phone, before. And so Joey, thank you as well. And also a thank you to Twisted Rooster, who told me, who sent me a text that said Joey was looking for me and would I call Joey if Rooster gave me his number. So Rooster, thank you as well. But yeah, people, again, the links are in the description box below to the Voice of College Football, both the overall page, the Notre Dame page. Make sure you check out all the other team sections when you're over there. It's going to be a lot of fun this August. And I just, not only can I not wait for football season itself, but I can't wait to get started doing some work for the Voice of College Football. And of course, along with you, Ben, because it's 2 of us it wouldn't be the two Irish brothers without two of us. So thank you as well, buddy, for making the two Irish brothers your idea to begin with 3 years ago.
You're very welcome.
I've loved doing it. So, yeah, with that said, we could talk about doing that stuff over at the Voice of College Football all day long, but we got a few things to talk about. Now, Ben, obviously the biggest news of the day right now is defensive lineman Justin Scott.
Yep.
He has made his decision, and he has decided to not commit to Notre Dame, but rather Ohio State.
Yes.
Now, this is one that does hurt on recruiting. There's no question about it. He's a talented defensive lineman. It sucks to lose him. And Ben, I'm being completely honest with you here. I'm trying my heart out. I'm trying my absolute best not to lose my crap here. I'm really trying not to go off on people. I'm trying to keep it together. But I got to tell you, man, a lot of people blowing this whole thing out of proportion.
Yeah, I mean, it very much stinks that we lost him to Ohio State. I mean, that's I think the biggest issue, if you will, in my opinion, that people have with this whole situation. If we had lost him to like Utah or Nebraska, someone that A, isn't on our schedule this year, and B, isn't a team like Ohio State, I think it would be a little bit different. But it hurts. It very much hurts losing someone of his caliber to Ohio State. I mean, and Ohio State is sitting very pretty right now in their 2024 class. I mean, they're number 2 currently behind Georgia, which, I mean, Georgia being number 1 right now in recruits is no surprise since they're back-to-back national champions going for a three-peat this year. So, which would be the first time in a long time that any team has done that if they can do it. So, yeah, it hurts. It very much hurts. But there's other things to factor in and to look at with this whole situation of losing Justin Scott to Ohio State.
Oh, of course. I mean, listen, I'm not going to deny anything and say that not being able to land this guy doesn't hurt. Of course it sucks. I mean, it would have made our recruiting class a heck of a lot better. But here's the thing that people need to remember. One guy is not going to make or break your entire team.
No. Now, I mean, if this was a quarterback position, that's a horse of a different color.
Yes, but, that's true. That's true.
But this situation, yes, I agree with you there.
But it's just, the thing is, Ben, and I know you've told me numerous times, don't pay attention to this, don't even read it. But I swear, man, a lot of our fans who are, basically more or less cursing our coaches, saying that they're not doing a good enough job recruiting, that they're a bust, that this team is all doomed from here on out. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Believe me, I want to stay as professional as I can and not go on rants like I have in the past, hence the Stanford video, which was pretty funny, I got to say that.
The Stanford video was very much justified too.
Okay. But it's just like, we lose one guy and you would think that the sky is falling, that the world's coming to an end. And I just think it's so silly. I mean, look, in the end, only one team can get these guys. Okay, yeah. So we didn't get them. Well, guess what? There's 120 plus other teams that didn't get them either. So and all I can say is this: Marcus Freeman and his staff, they are busting their tails off recruiting kids. Freeman's going into places that Brian Kelly wouldn't even touch with a 10-foot pole. Because we had somebody say earlier that, oh, their recruiting is terrible, they're not doing their jobs, they're poor. Look at what we've done so far. Look at the talent that we have brought in, and you're mad just because we don't land one guy. Yeah, I mean, this is across the fan base, and I'm trying to be a nice guy here, Ben. I really am, but I'll just say this. A lot of you in this fan base, in the Notre Dame fan base, need to chill the heck out. Okay? Not the end of the world. We're still very capable of winning with what we have now. And just because we didn't get one guy doesn't mean the world is coming to an end. So chill out, take a breath, and relax.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few factors that need to be touched on in this scenario, in this situation. Okay, first off, who we have coming in now, who's like going to be potentially on the field this season, in the 2023 season, okay, is one part of that puzzle. The fact that, let's be honest, it's Notre Dame, okay? Notre Dame's biggest hurdle when it comes to recruits is getting guys to buy in to the Notre Dame way, okay? Notre Dame is a different beast than most other schools, okay? Yes, we have Southern Cal that is a private school that we play every year. Southern Cal runs their program a lot differently than Notre Dame, okay? i.e., Notre Dame expects greatness on the field and off the field. So can you do it in the classroom? Okay. That is a huge hurdle for a lot of these guys and for Notre Dame. Because do you want to come to Notre Dame where you have the potential, okay, to maybe make the playoffs and maybe get it to the national title like everybody else? But on top of that, you now have to remember that when you're coming to Notre Dame, you have to be a student as well. There is no you take the easiest classes that these counselors and these recruiters can give you at this school. You're going to be challenged on the field and off the field. And not everybody can fits at Notre Dame. And that's a fact. So Justin Scott not going to Notre Dame, is it that we have 4 guys coming in the 2023 class that are defensive linemen, 2 defensive ends and 2 actual defensive linemen, which is 4 guys that will be on this roster? How much of an impact did that play into this decision? And then also I can go to Ohio State and not have to worry as much about my grades as I will for Notre Dame. And that's not a knock on intelligence. That's a fact that, these guys complain at Notre Dame, if you will, that, they have tests and stuff during homecoming week and all that. It's not easy being a student athlete at Notre Dame.
No.
So, where is it? What's the biggest thing here, and what are you going to do starting wise? And let's also remember the third final point. Okay. Just because a guy is a 5-star or a 4-star or whatever goes to a program does not mean he's going to succeed. We have seen it multiple times here at Notre Dame. We saw it with Phil Dracovic. We saw it with Jordan Johnson. You can go down the line and go to other programs. This guy coming in is a huge name, and then what?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it happens every day because it doesn't. Not every big name recruit fails, but there are a few that do, and not fails in the sense but that just can't do what they need to do in that program. So, yes, the sky is not falling. Does it hurt? Very much so.
Yeah, because he's a guy that we would love to have had. Yes, but I just think it would be the easier approach would be to be like, okay, we didn't land this guy. Okay, it sucks, but let's focus more on the guys that we do have, not the ones that we don't. And it seems like so many people in our fan base focus so much on the ones that we don't have. It's not like myself personally. I can't speak for you, Ben, but I think you'd agree with me. We're not just accepting mediocrity or coaches doing a mediocre job. Because first off, like I said earlier, Marcus Freeman and his staff are not doing a mediocre job. They are on the recruiting trail all the time. And we made it clear or pointed out a long time ago that Marcus Freeman he expects all of his assistant coaches to recruit. They are out there all the time. They are doing the absolute best they can. But at the end of the day, the recruit is going to choose where he wants to go.
Yeah.
They can't force him to come to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And there's all those factors, like you said, that play a factor in this. Where is that recruit going to be the most comfortable?
And the other one is, I mean, if you want to add this to the points, okay, we got to give credit where credit's due. Four Horsemen podcast totally said this today, and I retweeted it on Twitter. You win your games on the field and recruits come. Okay. What season is Notre Dame coming off of, and what season is Ohio State coming off of? Okay, Ohio State was what? A field goal away from being in the national championship? Okay, yeah. And I mean, if you want to talk to anybody that's anybody in the college football world, everybody says that semifinal between Georgia and Ohio State was the national title.
Right. I mean
after what happened with TCU. So Notre Dame's coming off of what bowl game victory? Yeah. And Ohio State's coming off of what? Okay, so if you're Justin Scott, who are you going with? What's the logical reason here and team? Ohio State. I'm sorry, it's Ohio State. Do I want that to happen? No, but I mean, we have to show it. And, that's the other thing. We have to show that we can win these games on the field. We have to take the next step, because if you take that step and you make that jump, okay, we will land guys like Justin Scott. But until we do that, I don't think we are going to land guys like Justin Scott, because that is probably the deal breaker.
Well, it's like I've said a million times,
and I hate saying that, but
I've said the same myself, Ben. I've said this a million times. We have to get it done on the field.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be what I'm saying right now. I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm saying, look at how Georgia did it. Okay. They went from what recruiting ranking to what in less than 5 years?
Yeah.
Because they started winning games, because they won the big games they needed to win. Recruits, notice.
They want to win. They want to
matters.
They want to go where teams win. And right now, I'm not saying to just ignore recruiting altogether. I'd be foolish to say that, but what I'd focus on right now, get it done on the field.
Yeah.
And like the Four Horsemen podcast said, you get it done on the field, those guys will come here.
Yeah.
And believe me, these guys are certainly capable. They have the minds, when I say minds, I mean in the classroom, and they have the skill on the field. They are very well capable of being able to qualify to come here. And what I'm getting at is all these people that say, "Oh, you need to lower the academic standards," blah 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 blah. No, these 5-star kids are smart too. Yeah. Not saying that they all are, but a good chunk of them are smart as well as athletically gifted.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what it comes down to. You win on the field, they will come.
Yeah, it's the grind. It's, do you want to grind in both? And is Notre Dame going to win the game? I don't know. This is the season. This is the season to see how it goes and to see if we can do it, because there's a lot of pieces that have come into play and have fallen into place that it goes, okay, we're here now. Can we make that jump? Because if we make the jump, then Justin Scott and whoever else will go, do I want to go to Notre Dame win a championship, or do I want to go to Ohio State win a championship, or do I want to go to Alabama win a championship? That's where we're getting at right now.
Well, just for some of these people, I got to add this too, to say that Freeman and his coaches are lazy in their recruiting, like one guy did earlier. If Freeman and his staff were being lazy on recruiting, then why are we in these top recruits, like top 5 choices or whatever? Would we be there if Freeman and his staff weren't doing their job on the recruiting trail? I think not.
Yeah.
So I just wish these people would think this stuff more through.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying so hard, Ben, you know that. blow up at people on our own fan base, but it gets tough sometimes. So I just might not have to read the comments, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the bottom line with recruits like Justin Scott. I mean, because this is how it goes. I mean, and this it is what it is, and it stinks, but that's how it goes, man. I mean, you got to win games. That's the bottom line. And you look at the two teams that are number 1 and number 2 in the 2024 ranking class, Georgia and Ohio State. I mean, and those are two teams that prove currently year in and year out that they can get it done on the field. And they play everybody tough. I mean, Alabama's, in my opinion, is taking a step back, and I think Clemson's taking a little bit of a step back. And right now it's Ohio State and Georgia's realm, and we're all just living in it. So,
yeah,
we'll see, man. We're going to see. We're going to find out pretty quick because we're 53 days away from football. But
well, the bottom line is I think we definitely can win with the talent that we do have, and there's a lot of talent on this team that can get it done.
Yeah.
But of course, 53 days away, we'll find out then.
Yep.
So moving on from Justin Scott, something that I thought we should talk about a little bit, Ben, is the whole situation with the apparel deal at Notre Dame.
Yep.
Now,
continuously ticking, and we're getting closer and closer to a decision.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many rumors. I'm not sure which one is true, but it sounds like the top 3 involved at this point in time are 1, re-signing with Under Armour, 2, Nike, and 3, Adidas.
Yeah,
and of course I've heard rumors with Jordan being in there, some other brand that I've never really heard of before.
Yeah,
but those seem to be like the top 3 from the rumors that I'm hearing, and I got to say, I really don't know. The only thing that I kind of find unfathomable is why so many in our fan base don't like Under Armour.
I think it's more just when it comes to Under Armour's brand outreach more than anything. You look at the way brands are and all that. And I mean, Nike is, by far the number 1.
Well, I mean, that's true.
And Under Armour is kind of down at like number 5. So, it's marketing and, if you will, brand strength, and to me, it's 2. There's 2 brands that are in play. Adidas is not even, I don't even think Adidas is in play. It's Under Armour and it's Nike. That's what I think. It's going to be either Under Armour or Nike, and I hope it's Nike. I do, and it has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's Nike is who you want right now.
Well, I'll tell you this: I do have a Walter Payton Chicago Bears jersey, which obviously Nike makes the NFL jerseys. I got to say that is a pretty nice jersey.
So I mean, we'll see. Right now, the whole apparel situation is the least of my worries. So when it comes to Notre Dame,
well, we had to talk about it. I mean, it is there.
I mean, in the grand scheme of like recruiting and winning games and all that, I mean, apparel's apparel.
That's true.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
All righty. Well, with that said, you guys just got the big news of the day. Of course, the top 2 being us doing some work for the Voice of College Football and the commitment of Justin Scott to Ohio State. Apparel was just thrown in there as kind of a fun thing. But yeah, again, folks, super excited to be a part of the Voice of College Football Mark Rogers page. Sounds we might very well be on there before that, but we'll wait and see. That's where you guys subscribe to that channel and to the Notre Dame individual channel on there, and hit the bell icon so you'll get notified of all that stuff.
Yes, please.
So this is, again, big news for both Ben and myself. And yeah, I think we covered all that we had to for today, Ben.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say?
I got nothing.
Any yeehaw or sound effects?
No.
Okay. Well, on that note, everyone, I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And as always, good night. God bless. And before I say go Irish, everybody have a happy and safe 4th of July.
Yep. Be safe out there, guys. Go
And
Irish.
go Irish.